The distorted survival instincts triggered by the outbreak are best exemplified by Cletus Samson. In addition to being a weapons dealer with his business shut down, Cletus is a man who has lost faith in humanity and will do whatever it takes to protect his territory. He feels that he must defend what is rightfully his in order to live, even if it means sacrificing his humanity in the process. Today we will go into the background of Cletus Samson, his disturbing encounter with Frank West, and the sad irony that ultimately brings him to his downfall. As always, please remember to hit like and subscribe if you like learning more about these distinctive and overlooked characters. Thank you for all the support, everybody. I truly appreciate it, as I'm thankful as it will help me so much on my channel. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. For Cletus Samson, who owns and operates the Hunting Shack, a gun store in the Willamette Parkview Mall, it is more than just a store, it is a stronghold. Cletus, a shopkeeper and gun enthusiast, probably thought of himself as the community's protector of sorts before the outbreak. His survivalist instincts, however, took control as the undead swept over Willamette. He did not want allies, he wanted complete control of his shop and weaponry. The outbreak did not simply bring out his cautious side, it heightened it to the extreme. Cletus Samson is a rugged, heavy-set man with a scruffy beard, grizzled hair, and a rugged appearance. He is very protective of his store and frequently carries a shotgun. His western accent and direct demeanor reveal his paranoia and cynicism, as well as his willingness to defend his store at all costs.
Look, mister, if we're gonna fight these zombies, we need guns!
Stay back! I trust them damn zombies about as far as I can throw them, but I trust people even less.
Don't shoot! Look, let's talk this over.
You can talk to my 12 gauge. Don't get no closer. I'll blow y'all to kingdom come.
Hey, hang on.
Oh, God damn it, I warned you. In a situation like this, I can't afford to trust nobody.
When Frank West, our protagonist, first enters the Hunting Shack, Cletus' paranoia is on full display. We see him pointing out his shotgun, not only at Frank but at another survivor, James Ramsey. James tries to reason with Cletus, asking for weapons to defend against zombies, but Cletus isn't hearing it. In his eyes, giving away his guns isn't an option. For him, these weapons are the only guarantee of survival, and he doesn't intend to share that lifeline with anyone. Cletus' response to James is a clear indication of his decline. Cletus does not hesitate to shoot James in the chest, sending him flying out of the store as James ignores his threats and moves closer. This scene is unsettling because it shows how deeply Cletus has distanced himself from empathy. He views James as an intruder who puts his chances of surviving alive in jeopardy, not just another survivor. It is obvious that Cletus does not trust anyone since he shoots James and then turns his shotgun on Frank. His statement,
I can't afford to trust nobody,
emphasizes how solitude has become his sole means of survival. Eventually, this way of thinking brings him into conflict with Frank, where he brutally and precisely defends his area. Fighting Cletus is intense, and his tactics showcase that just how deadly he can be. Here's a breakdown of his main attacks. Cletus' main attack is his shotgun, which he'll fire at Frank in rapid succession, up to 6 shots at a time. His accuracy and power make each shot devastating, capable of sending Frank flying and knocking him to the ground. For players, this move means keeping distance and finding cover are crucial. If Frank tries to close in by jumping over the counter, Cletus quickly responds by hurling Frank back. Cletus wants control of his territory and won't let Frank get too close. In a bizarre display of self-preservation, Cletus sometimes pauses the fight to drink from a bottle of wine, recovering his health. This move can catch players off guard, adding to the challenge. Whenever Frank aims directly at him, Cletus crouches behind the counter, making him a frustratingly evasive target. He's careful and he knows how to take cover when he needs to, showing his survivalist nature even in battle. Once Frank manages to defeat him, Cletus surprisingly doesn't fight to the death. Instead, he surrenders, clearly rattled by Frank's determination. But what's especially ironic is what he says next. He scolds Frank, saying,
Come on now. What are you, crazy? You want guns so bad that y'all are willing to kill for them?
This is blatantly hypocritical. Cletus, who had just killed James, was prepared to kill Frank because he thought that Frank was willing to battle for weapons. He cannot see his own actions as anything other than justifiable, and it is a warped final representation of his worldview. The pinnacle of Cletus' delirium occurs as he staggers off. When he runs into the zombified James, he is attacked and killed. Cletus ultimately dies as a result of a mistrust and refusal to collaborate, ironically at the hands of the guy he refused to help. Why did Cletus act like this? It all boils down to his intense fear of losing control. He is more of an extreme pessimist than a psychopath in the traditional sense. He generally thinks that everyone entering his store, living or dead, poses as a threat. Because he views survival as a matter of control and isolation, he is quick to use violence to protect his area. It is important to remember that although Cletus employs harsh tactics, there are some reasons for them. He owns a shotgun store during the zombie outbreak. He worries that someone will kill him for his guns, even though he knows his store is important. He becomes paranoid as a result of this dread and starts to perceive survivors as threats rather than possible allies. Despite his severe behavior, Cletus is not completely irrational. He may not enjoy killing, as evidenced by the warning shots he gives James. However, his survival instincts are so powerful that they outweigh any empathy he may have. He is ultimately a sad figure, someone who had the opportunity to be a strong ally, but instead chose to isolate himself, which ultimately led to his ironic and unavoidable demise. The narrative of Cletus Samson serves as a sobering reminder of what may occur when survival instincts are allowed to run uncontrolled. He is the epitome of isolation at its worst because of the fixation with protecting himself, his distrust of other people, and his fear of losing control. He clings to his guns as his only means of survival in a zombie-infested world, not thinking that someone more than firepower might be needed. Please share your thoughts in the comments if you like this analysis of Cletus Samson. Remember to subscribe for additional in-depth analysis, as there will be more content with other well-known characters from the Dead Rising series. I appreciate you watching this, and I hope that all of you have a good day, and I hope to see you again soon. Peace.